King Chef saying that there's no voice on your channel.
Yeah, there's not supposed to be.
I think he's using your audio.
Yeah, he's just using my gameplay audio, then he's using the Discord call, I think.
Well, that wouldn't make sense because the audio on Discord would. Oh, never mind. Wait, the audio on Discord would be.
Whoa,
Would it be delayed?
Odd me posted a thing in the speedrunning Discord.
Oh, he's got my audio. All
I'm
right.
pretty sure they're just using the Discord call because I'm looking at the stream right now.
Well, no, because the Discord call would be ahead of the.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do we just start?
Oh, they lowered the estimate down to 120.
Again?
Yep.
Pressure's on, I guess.
Pressure's
Gonna be
on,
like
cool
10
Nick.
minutes.
Alright,
I can like do all the strats, I just can't do them well.
are we good to do a countdown? Is Chef here, or? I mean, it's on there, like it's on the stream.
Do we just do we do a count like in the chat?
I don't know.
All right. Let's just I can start a countdown, I guess.
I guess. Go ahead.
All right, 5, 4. Yeah, I'll do it on go.
Wait, hold on. I'm not at the. I'm not.
I'll get to
Okay.
it, boy.
Okay, there. Now we're good.
All right. I'll say it on go or start on go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, boys.
All right. Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
So this is Super Mario Odyssey. This is the newest Mario game, and it's kind of like supposed to be like Mario 64. You can get the stars or moons in this case out of order. So we're gonna be seeing some cool routes from all three of us.
We started at different times, either because Discord delay or stream delay on the stream. So that's.
Play because, like I said, my stream is like delayed by a couple seconds. Anyhow, I'm King J. I ran New Super Luigi U earlier in this marathon.
I'm Nick. I just ran Splatoon 2. Sorry if my voice is quivering. I gotta shake the controller.
I'm the Sludgy
Dude,
Gamer.
I can't talk during this run.
I have not run a game yet in this marathon. So, for those who don't know, shaking in a lot of situations is faster than just using buttons because motion controls are the future. So you could roll by just pressing Y over and over, or you could also shake while rolling and you do it faster. And there's some moves with different captures that you can only do by shaking. So it's pretty great.
Yeah, this is also known. This game is known for people rapidly increasing their PBs or like rapidly improving, because for like a couple weeks ago we thought that like 120 would be the barrier, like sub 120 would be the barrier where we'd just be like, okay, that's the end of any percent, and now we're down to a 106. So
Yeah.
just keeps improving. It's crazy.
So, a thing that's different in Odyssey compared to some of the other 3D Marios is that when you collect a moon, you don't, like, leave the level. There's just... The kingdoms have a certain number of moons. Not all of them are unlocked right away, but you just get it, and it'll add to, like, a little tally in the top left corner of your screen, and then whenever you go back to Mario's ship, the Odyssey, it'll deposit, and then, depending on if you get the right amount of moons, you can continue progressing. Each kingdom has a set amount of moons you need to get there before you can move on. So if you get the minimum amount required in each kingdom, and then go beat the final boss on the moon kingdom, which is confusing because the collectibles are also called moons, you get 124 moons.
Yeah, I think it was kind of weird when speedrunning first started out because it wasn't really at any percent. Any percent was miscellaneous at the point. But now 124 is just called 80%, which it should have been from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So once we get to Sand Kingdom, we're gonna see route changes. This game over the past few weeks that it's been out, or the past month, has had a lot of route changes for Sand Kingdom. The newest one makes you actually have to clip into a wall in order to skip this the Sphinx, and which is what the world record uses.
Do any of you guys use that?
Oh no!
No. I tried Sphinx Clip for the first time like less than 2 hours ago, and I got it like I got it like 3 times in the course of 20 minutes or something. So
I'm pretty like I use pretty old routes, which is probably why I don't have the greatest time. If I switch routes, I probably just have like 16 or something.
I still use English, so.
So here in Cascade, there's a skip you can do with the dinosaur, which you might have seen me do it. And basically, if you step on the trampoline correctly, you can just jump up high with the dinosaur and get to the boss platform early. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it can be kind of finicky if you don't have a setup.
This boss can be pretty annoying. What you want to do is you want to get an optimal boss fight of this lady with the chain jump. You want to back up onto the chain jump's head to make it stop when it's far out. And then you want to take control of it and then pull away before you reach the wall.
Yeah, Nintendo on the brutal fights and Madam Brood, which I guess is kind of a brutal, Nintendo did a good job of adding in like fast strats, like intentional fast strats. Like Madam Brood, you can jump on the chain chomp. With Topper, you can jump on him while he's like spinning around in like a big circle thing. You'll see that later on in Bowser's Kingdom. Harriet, you can cancel her attacks like while she's flying around above you by hitting a bomb back at her. So they added like a bunch of different fast strats in. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's also a lot of ways to skip a bunch of unneeded, intentional ways to get up to certain places in this game, such as the triple jump hat dives that we do. Those would be helpful to get it to places where they don't really intend us to get moons in that way.
And then there's other things that it looks like they kind of did intend for you to be able to skip that because it's like the perfect length for a long jump, cappy jump dive or whatever. So.
Yeah, so I'm just leading Sand Kingdom now, or Sand Kingdom Cascade now.
World record pace.
World record pace. Behind my average splits, this is bad. That's just sad.
Don't worry, you could be cool.
I missed Dino Skip once, so...
I missed it once as well.
Okay. So as for our PB, Sludgy has a 108, I have a 117, and Cool Nick has a 130.
Yep.
Most definitely, I think that we're gonna see Cool Nick PB, hopefully.
So this is gonna be
basketball outside my house.
So this is gonna be a very neck-to-neck race.
Yeah, very neck to neck with the
Very neck to neck,
only
only like a 10-minute
difference
gap.
between first and round.
Only like a 20-minute gap, nothing really that big. So yeah, now you're going to be seeing the route changes because I know for a fact that my Sand Kingdom is completely different from Sludgy's, which you will be seeing. Because I actually get the bird in the town.
I actually do as well.
You do? I didn't know that.
Nah, I don't do the fastest Sand Kingdom route. I use the one Awabi does. There's like millions of different routes for Sand Kingdom. It's probably had the most route changes. Actually, it's definitely had the most route changes.
Yeah.
Small changes to routes like Snow Kingdom had within the first like week and a half. But then there's like big route changes to like Sand Kingdom, which will save like a minute.
Sand Kingdom changed like every day for the first like week and a half of this game, and it's still changing.
I didn't even get into speedrunning this game until like a week after this game came out, and out from my Nintendo, and like literally the next day it was obsolete.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear the kids in the background or
A little
A
bit, but it's
little
not that
bit.
bad.
not? Okay, good. I don't even know what they're doing. Oh my
I
gosh.
don't want to know what they're doing.
You gotta throw the kids out.
Dude, don't they?
Alright, I'm having some very solid movement here.
I'm gonna.
This is one of the reasons why I said, like, we're getting things out of order than the developers intended by doing these crazy jumps. That's called ice skip, which I just jumped on top of the ice, and you have to finish all, or beat all the bosses in Sand Kingdom, and then you would unlock something you could, or someone you could, capture.
I'm
You can just
having...
fly down to it, but that's the easier way to do that.
I'm choking.
Joking. Am I actually gonna be ahead for once?
Sludgy, you need to get the 100.
That's not good.
Kappa.
So, something that should...
It's a high 106 right now.
Something else that should be mentioned is that, obviously in any speedrun, you usually don't want to take damage, but in Odyssey, you definitely don't, because every single time you do, when you grab your next moon, it heals you, but it takes, I think 2 seconds to heal you if you've taken 1 damage, and 2.5 to heal you if you've taken 2 damage. So,
That sounds good, right?
it's agonizingly painful to watch that heal you every time you get a moon, so you definitely want to try not to take damage.
And there's some places where it's kind of hard to not take damage sometimes, like when we get to Wooded Kingdom, there's a pipe that we go into with fuzzies, and sometimes it's a little hard to
Oh,
take
yeah.
damage.
You can not take damage, but it's slow.
Well, no, actually, there is a way to... The fastest way has you do, like, the same strats that you would with damage boosting, but you don't damage boost. It's difficult, though. I did it once on accident, so that was pretty good.
So we're more than halfway in the sand now. And we'll probably go to the lake. And the lake is probably like the fastest actual kingdom with moons to grab. Other than Castle. No, it's still faster than Castle.
I think one of the streams went down.
I don't think my stream went down. I think it's just buffering. Oh, my stream did go down. Uh-oh. That's bad.
Spliced.
It'll go back up.
Splicing.
Hopefully it'll go back up in a second. I don't know what happened.
Oh shoot, why'd I go out?
Oh, I think it came back. Hope it didn't. Uh-oh. That's bad for me.
So another thing to mention is that depending on what you do in Sand Kingdom, it can change your route later. Because if you do the Sphinx Moon, you can get coins in that room and have enough coins later for Snow Kingdom when you have to buy a moon, because you buy 2 moons in this run, one in Wooded and one in Snow. But if you don't,
3 in my first PB.
if you don't go to the Sphinx room, then you won't have enough coins to buy a second moon in Snow, so you have to do Seaside first to get some extra coins.
Oh, is that why people do Seaside first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
the
I do
fact...
Seaside first, but I still do Sphinx.
I think if you do Sphinx Clip, that's the current fastest route. So the current fastest sand route would have you do Snow first. But if you don't do that route...
By the way, I think my gameplay will be back if someone refreshes because I just restarted my stream.
Yeah, doing Seaside first is barely slower if you're fast at menuing. Of course, you could screw up and then accidentally go to snow first, and then you gotta figure out a backup, because you can't buy the moon.
Yeah.
Which I have done. It's not fun. I've done it on PB pace before.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is gonna gold. I didn't think it would.
Looks like your gameplay is back, King J.
Yeah, I restarted my screen. I don't know what happened.
Is this one? No, careful.
Well, it's too bad this PB is at least I can't send it in.
So, a good example for Nintendo putting in fast strats on a boss fight is Rango here, because you can just do a bunch of backflips and jump on him to cancel his bouncing phase, and you can also jump on his head before he puts his hat on and then throws it at you. Not all bosses have strats like that though.
Boss is definitely the easiest in the run. Or one of them.
No. Rango is tough for me.
Oh really?
Rango's
I
tough
found it
to get
pretty
down
easy.
at first.
Oddly enough, I find a Rango easy, but I find the girl, or Rango hard, but the girl bunny really easy.
Harriet?
That's the opposite for me. I
Yeah.
think I find it harder.
Most people do.
Easiest one
I think
to use out in Wooded.
Harriet's the most fun to fight, in my opinion.
I like purple guy.
Spewart.
Spewer?
Learn the
No,
names.
they have names.
They do have names. It's Rango, Spewart, Topper, and Harriet. And Madame Brood.
I thought that they were just like, are they like official names?
Yeah.
Oh, where are they?
I don't think it's said in like any of the normal dialogue, but I think it's said in maybe
It's
some of the
used when
guides. I
they're-
don't know.
When the specific ones are talking, they actually have their names above the text boxes, but no one reads the names.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember. I didn't learn their names from the game. Someone told me their names.
I didn't know their names at all until now, so.
Same.
So now we're heading to Wooded, and I have a notorious joke on my streams that I always end up missing this bunny once or twice, so we'll see how this goes.
It doesn't ever miss the one.
At least
So
once in their life, in the speedrun, they'll miss the bunny.
For some reason, I just like run up to the rock and I kick it. Takes me like 1 or 2
Yeah, you have to be
tries.
holding Y.
So here we buy our first shop moon, which you'd think they'd be pretty quick, but a lot of the shops you have to go into a building to buy the moon. It's just this one you don't. And in snow, there's just kind of a lack of quick moons to do. In one of the older seaside routes, I remember you used to buy a moon there. Back when I first learned, and then it changed before.
I use.
And then it changed before I did a run, so that was great.
Yeah, when I started running this game, that was the one we used, and then like again, a week later, it got cut out. What you just saw me do there in the menu by mistake when I was trying to buy a moon, I accidentally clicked on the card container, which was the first option. So that loses a couple seconds having to press B and then move over to the moon.
I don't know why I did that movement. That was an interesting choice.
I remember that jump was always like really hard for me when I first started this speedrun this game.
Oh yeah, by the way, bonking in this game takes like 3 minutes to end, so
It's like 10 years.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
the
annoying.
worst thing to happen is when you bonk like underwater, that takes like 3
Oh yeah.
seconds.
It takes like 3 times as long, so 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Yeah, we timed that perfectly. I personally really like the routing for Wooded. I do a route that is actually like a couple seconds slower, but it's safer for me because I don't have to do the movement up to the top. Basically, I go and I skip the climbing part first, and I get a checkpoint first and then hop down to go to the pipe. Which at one point we thought was faster, but it's actually turns out it's slower if you do the climbing well.
I think it's barely slower.
Yeah, that's why I don't really care about it enough to worry too much.
So I screwed up the sewer area because I tried to go for a strat that I was trying to learn earlier that I didn't get a single time, so I don't know why I did.
I almost had troubles there. If you fall where I was just about to long jump off that rail, you'll actually fall into the deep woods, which wastes so much time.
You can't warp out of the deep woods. You have to
it actually
exit.
wastes like 2 or 3 minutes because you actually have to get out of there yourself.
Deep woods is debatably the worst part of the game. That freaking coin moon. There's a
I didn't
moon.
even know it existed until like I accidentally. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's how everyone found out about it.
You accidentally
Actually
fall
fell
in.
down, yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, guess I died. Oh, what's this?
Yeah, there's a moon in there that you capture. I don't know what they're called, but they're the like money bag enemies, and you have to
I just call them
shoot.
that.
You have to shoot 500 coins at a plant for it to grow all the way, and it's pretty awful.
I mean, it's awful, dude. That's the best move.
At least you get a break because you just have to press buttons or shake the controller. It's probably faster to shake.
Shout out to people who actually run 100%. Which actually 100% is becoming a pretty, not popular, but like more than just 2 people running it, like in Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, and then there's a T-Rex in deep woods who can come out of nowhere because you can't see anything, and you can just come out of nowhere and scare you.
I was having some
Actually,
trouble with
not doing
the
is-
waterfall jump in Wooded.
Oh, the waterfall jump. That's,
I've never
that's,
used it in trouble.
again, kind of skipping parts that, that the developers didn't want you to skip with that waterfall.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing much better than I thought I was going to in this race one. That's what I'm doing right now. It's not PB pace or anything like that crazy. It's not horrible, not great.
So Spirit's fast strats is when he starts trying to hit you and dragging the poison behind him, you can just jump on his hat and cancel it. So after Wooded, you attempt to go to Metro, but the big boy Bowser, he knocks you out of the sky. Actually, after you fight him, he knocks you out of the sky. And then you get to do
And then we get to see
Lost.
some maybe crazy strats where you get his hat behind him.
I have not practiced that yet.
Okay. I've never seen that, and I really do want to see it.
I think World Record does it. Doesn't look
Oh wow.
Too
maybe
awful.
I just messed up Spirit for some reason. Oh my god. Easiest boss in the game. I'm messing it up. Ah, whatever. So yeah, now we're heading on to what I call the choke moments of the run, which is going to be Lost Kingdom and Metro Kingdom.
Yeah, I'd say those are probably the hardest kingdoms in the run. Or debatably Bowser Kingdom, on how good you are at
I
the
feel like Bowser
fight.
Kingdom's hardest.
You are at the Mecha Brutal fight.
Yeah, if you can get consistent at the Mecha Brutal fight, Bowser's Kingdom's not too bad.
I don't personally like Metro though because there is a fight in there with Mecha Wiggler.
Mecha Wiggler is the worst fight in the game.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. So, sticking true to Odyssey fashion, shaking with the Bowser hat on is faster than pressing Y. So, thanks Nintendo.
Yeah, everybody gets on Nintendo players because they want to shake it.
So normally when you grab Bowser's hat, he tries to jump away, but if you can reach him before he does so, you can just start punching at him immediately, and skip him doing different attacks.
I did that for some reason.
Try diving or rolling. Oh, okay. Never mind then, I'm sorry.
It's right around 30, 45. I'll try
Okay,
it.
so I'm just getting to the boss fight now. I think I might try getting, if I can get it. Yeah, I just got Capulist, so you don't have to use Cappy to get the hat to you. It only saves like a second or two each time you get it, but those seconds add up in this fight. So you can get it 3 times, and it saves like 6 seconds.
Odyssey machine broke. Oh crap. Shoutouts to this tree.
You know, I love the tree. Green tree.
Yeah, I do treeless route because I don't like the tree.
There's a treeless route?
I didn't know.
Yeah, you get the cave instead.
Oh, like a different tree. You use a different tree, right? To use a different way to skip the... Oh, we should talk about the Klepto. So, normally when you go into Lost Kingdom, Klepto comes in and steals Cappy away from you, but you can actually avoid the trigger, and then activate a trigger for the second part of it, which we'll be doing over here. And...
I found out how to do that.
yeah, so that makes it so you don't have to watch the cutscene where Cappy gets captured. You don't have to save him. You can just start getting moons.
Yeah, this is what we dub bird skip.
So over here you can activate the part of the fight where you're supposed to kill Klepto, and then you can go back to where Cappy would normally get captured, and you won't activate the trigger.
Yeah, this is what I like to call treeless, because you don't do the super tree strat that Sludgy went for. And then you just get a different moon than he got. It is slower, but it's only slower by like 9 seconds if you do the other one really well. Oh, and it's long.
So here you can death warp back to the Odyssey. It's not actually faster to do that, but it's barely slower if you do. So.
Faster to actually like get out the normal way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then you have to do like strats and stuff.
You have to try. Why would you want to try?
Who wants to try and speedrun?
Exactly, that's what that 12-hour guy said. 12-hour any percent dude, that's where it's at.
I mean, like, honestly, in this game, you can get, like, sub 120 pretty easily, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree.
As long as you just do the strats correctly. Like, I'm using really outdated routes, and I have a sub 120 run, so...
Alright, Dark Metro is, like,
Alright.
the worst part of the run. It's not super hard, but a lot of different things can screw you over. Especially the Mecha Wiggler fight, which if you fail the 2-cycle, you lose like 20 to 30 or so seconds.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
It's definitely a stupid time loss that we don't like to have. Usually 3-cycle is the average, but we always pray and hope that we get 2-cycle. So people from my streams, you know what to do when we get to that fight. Alright, so I'm just leaving Lost now, so I'm not too far behind. Sludgy, but maybe with a bad Mecha Wiggler, maybe. Up here.
Oh crap.
So we were talking about languages earlier. I'm currently using Japanese, because at one point that was fastest. I forget what the fastest is now.
Wait, which language? I looked at your screen. You're using Chinese.
Using Chinese? Oh.
And Japanese is fastest.
I thought I was using Japanese, but only Japanese is the last one.
It's not. It's the third to last.
No. Looks like I gotta switch.
Chinese is 10 seconds faster than English, and Japanese is 5 seconds faster than Chinese. And in Odyssey,
Or 5 seconds.
in Odyssey, you can just change your language on the menu. You don't have to buy different versions of the game, so that's really nice.
And this is one of the reasons why I don't like Dark Metro. That first jump there, it's really stupid for me. Oh, dang. When I get to Metro, I'm probably just gonna not talk because I want to do this and hopefully get it for a second.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So since this is a marathon, there is a risky strat to do once you're in the inside when you're climbing Mayor's Tower. And it's doing a really risky long jump and a hat jump, or a hat jump dive at the end of it. And I don't like doing it because usually I end up falling down, so I'm going to take it safe. Just go inside.
Wow, I don't even know what just happened. The Mecha Wiggler, one of the circles was like inside, one of the circles I had to hit, it was the only one left, it was inside another circle. So I couldn't even like, I like couldn't hit it. So this is a very fun boss. And his,
Here's the safety strats I use.
I think his path is RNG on the second phase. So you kind of just have to wing it usually.
It is, you kind of just have to adjust to it.
Yeah, and the tank capture, to make things even worse for the fight, the tank capture has this weird mechanic where if you shoot a bunch and then stop shooting for some reason, you like can't do anything for like a second, and it's super annoying if you like get hit or something, or for some reason it just doesn't let you shoot.
I never really understood, and I never will.
Yeah. And then to also make matters worse, if you play with inverted horizontal controls, then you have to you're basically playing a first-person shooter like that, which takes a little bit of time to get used to. Which I don't know if you guys do that, but I do.
Yeah, it took a little bit of time to get used to this boss. I think my PB actually got 2 cycled.
It's a bad boss. It's not
It's
fun.
the worst boss.
Yeah.
Some people say Mecha Brutals. No, this is Run Killer for sure.
I screw up Mecha Wiggler more than I screw up the Mecha Brutal fight.
Yeah.
RC Car is the final
I
boss.
saw that I couldn't move or anything like that because of.
RC Car is the true final boss. What the hell? Alright.
I'm getting a 3 cycle. I missed. I missed one, just like you did, Sludgy. Not in the same way, but just because I couldn't hit it in time.
Oh, I was facing the wrong way.
You hit the stupid bubble, thank you. For some reason, sometimes the circles on Mech Wiggler just don't want to be hit. And they don't, so. It just wants to be a jerk to you. Mech Wiggler basically decides if you're gonna have a good run or not in Metro.
Yeah, daytime Metro is not too bad compared to nighttime Metro.
I like daytime Metro.
Compared
Yeah.
to nighttime, daytime's free.
Yeah. It's more fun.
Oh, Nick, did you actually spawn Klepto?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's how
I
you
know
walk up
how
to
to do it, I'm just bad at it. No, I lost 0.8 seconds.
Oh, nice. I'm definitely way behind that.
I think I'm over a minute behind PB.
Nice, I'm a minute ahead of PB.
I think I'm like plus 20 right now. This run has been bad, but it's not bad for not horrible for a reset. Alright, like you said, time for the final boss of the game. That was pretty good for RC. I have a pretty good RC setup that I use that mostly gets it. It's a little bit slower than doing it the absolute fastest way, but my personal preference of getting it.
So why are there just a bunch of people coming out of doors in the crowd moon? They're just like
Because, man, they've got places to go.
an endless crowd of people. It's terrifying.
I have a conspiracy theory that is the crowd going to McDonald's on Sundays.
Probably.
I swear I've seen this before. I feel like I took that straight from real life.
So believe it or not, getting 2 of the band players is actually fast. I couldn't believe it when I first saw it, but there's not really any other faster moons. And there's a coming up on the 2nd band member. Can I get at least 1 OTEP in chat? It would make my day.
Make my day. We became my first band member. Also, can we just shout out that the band members have like the best lines in the game where they say, "Yeah."
Yeah.
For sure.
OTEP.
Yeah, I always try to be quiet at that point so they can hear their words of wisdom. Oh, whoops.
That crowd's the example of a Black Friday sale? No, they'd be moving faster.
That would be way crazier than that.
Some of them would have knives, probably.
Oh.
Whoa.
You know, where I live, I heard that someone got tased at like a mall nearby for Black Friday, so that was fun.
I'm trying to steal something in my store for Black Friday.
I've never gone Black Friday shopping because I don't want to
Someone
die.
at my store, because I work at EV Games, and someone tried to steal a Wii U.
Damn. How long
So not
ago
Wii U,
was
Switch.
this?
On Black Friday.
Oh, this one. Okay.
I'd like to
I didn't
thank
know
chat.
if you were talking about, like,
I'd like to thank chat for the OTEPs.
shoot.
That's got you covered, or one
I just
person, or
lost the
2 people in
tent.
chat. Whoops, I didn't
So I
get the
tried
map
to
there.
go for the skip in Metro where like you jump across the inside of the building.
I don't go for that, especially in a marathon run, because I'm too scared of falling down.
And then I didn't get it, so then I almost saved it, but I bonked it like the last second, and I lost a bunch of time. But you know, it's
Yep.
all good.
I even mentioned today, like in my practice stream, I was like, okay, when I'm doing the marathon, I'm not going for that.
I shouldn't have went for it, but I was like, dude, I can make it. I've done it twice.
I got it in my practice today, but I just didn't feel confident in myself.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 will fail that, so actually probably like 5 out of 10. It's half and half for me. My favorite jump in the game. From the top of that tower to the pool. It's
Oh
really
yeah. The die.
Yeah, it always looks really cool to me because you're jumping from the very tip top of that needle point and all the way down. If you hit it, it just looks really cool. Alright, and I'm out of Metro. From my average splits, I am losing about like 20 seconds. From PB, or from 119.
So Seaside isn't anything really special. It's just getting moons.
Oh, are you doing Seaside first?
Yeah, I am.
I'm doing Seaside second. We'll never know who's ahead.
Until after we complete both the kingdoms.
Actually, guys, I'm ahead. I'm in I'm doing the jump rope. Just kidding.
Are you actually?
I was about to say, like,
Yeah, Yeah, I do the 100 jump rope.
One sec, guys. Gotta get the world record for 9999.
Did they patch that? Because I got an update on this patch.
No, all that update
No,
did.
it's just activated.
Yeah. Which, for all we know, that could be faster. I don't know if it's been
Haven't
tested yet.
that yet.
Well, where's, what's his name? Iwabi? Is he the guy who tested it?
I thought it was Texstrobe who tested it.
Guys, I don't know who.
I don't know. There's so many people.
You'll notice that in Snow Kingdom, I'm actually using an outdated route. I'm using old world record route because I don't get Captain Toad.
Dude, I'd be satisfied with the 129.59. Like, just let me have the sub 130.
I would be satisfied if you got underestimated. Kappa.
Oh, I almost
I don't know why they lowered the estimate from what they said it was going to be. I think they mixed up. I think they thought that you had the 120 and Octavian had the 130. This jump can be kind of stupid sometimes. Well, honestly, I think it's pretty free.
Are you talking about the trampoline jump?
Yeah.
In my previous PB, Mario wouldn't latch onto the wall after the jump 3 times, and I lost about 20 seconds. It's pretty great.
That's something really stupid that can happen. For some reason, Mario will hit the top part of that railing, and he just won't want to wall jump.
Sometimes you can land too low, and he'll like wall jump underneath it, or something, or he'll get like blocked by something. It's
Really? I've never
finicky.
seen that.
I don't know. It's interesting. This game's interesting.
In many ways.
There's a lot of collision stuff that is like super precise, and a lot of it is just like doesn't make sense at all.
I will never fully understand some of the collision in this game. So right in this room, I actually lost a run here, and it's like probably the easiest part of Snow Kingdom, which is in the purple room. Because because of collision, those flurry guys that you just saw there, I threw my hat way to the left of one of them, but the collision reached out towards the left so far that I hit him by mistake. I couldn't make it out. And lost the run. I was already behind at that point.
I really hope I have enough coins, because I didn't check. Oh, I do, okay.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I actually have 100 extra coins. For a second I was like, did I actually go to the shop? But no, I did. I just got extra coins, I guess.
I'm doing this with a very weird camera angle. The crowd thing, where like, but you go above the crowd. I just did that with a very, very weird camera angle.
Oh, you go above them. I just roll through them.
Yeah, you can roll through them, and you don't bonk or anything.
I roll along the sides to make sure I get through them. So recently there was actually a glitch just like Sphinx Clip in Sand Kingdom that was found in Snow Kingdom.
I was practicing
That's
that
why I
earlier.
don't think anybody's timed if there's a faster route yet. But yeah, you can actually get to the race. You can get to the race with whatever these snow people are called, and
Yeah, you can do the bound bolt early.
then you can skip all the barriers, which is good for world peace runs.
And darker side as well.
Oh yeah.
Because it also... I mean, I haven't done it in darker side, but I know Odme does. Shoutouts to Odme Order.
Shoutouts to world peace runners, which is, in my opinion, the worst category of this game.
Yeah, if you do bound bolt early, it makes it so you don't have to fight Rango, and you don't have to collect the moon pieces in 2 of these rooms. Is there anything really that special that should be explained about ice?
Not really.
Or snow?
I just finished
It's not
up
ice.
snow, yeah.
It's a fairly straightforward world. Kingdom. It's a
That one
kingdom.
trampoline jump, I usually mess up on that once, but that is good.
losing a bunch of time on Metro, unfortunately, but...
Yeah, Sludgy already did Seaside BGM. Oops, I didn't. Yeah, so like Sludgy said, there's nothing really big about happening with Seaside, there's just collecting the fastest moves, and this recently got a rough change about a week and a half ago, I think, or 2 weeks.
Wait, which one? Seaside?
For Seaside. Where you actually swim more, because people thought that, the fastest moves were the ones where, you unlock the barriers. I actually skip one of the moons that's in the current routes, and I substitute out for the JRB, nostalgic route. Because I don't like wasting my time on that back loop if I'm gonna keep killing it, and I can't get it.
Yeah, I always have a back loop.
Yeah, that's why I kind of swapped out moves, because it doesn't waste too much time, especially if you fail backflip more than you get it.
So I'm moving on to Luncheon. I don't think Luncheon doesn't really have any special things.
Maybe the triple or the ground pound at the beginning. That's not really anything that big though.
There's some movement tech you can do with the fireball. If you dash with the fireball and then jump right after it, you can get a little bit more height. And I will use that, or I'll try to do it.
I saw you doing it earlier.
But that's like, other than that, the rest of Luncheon's just like movement stuff.
Yeah. Well, that was a higher jump than I expected.
Piled high on the salt. It's me.
Alright, I've been known to mess this up a few times. I hate this.
Oh boy.
This is my least favorite.
I'm burning! Okay.
Which means you're experiencing Seaside?
The one I always tend to mess up on is the one where you grab the rocket.
So here we get to fight.
That's my least favorite one in Seaside.
Here we get to fight Spirit again, but it's the same fight as before, except he's a little bigger. Because the Brutals get bigger with each fight you do. Yeah, if you think about it, they do get bigger, and by the time you get to Dark Side, they're pretty big. I mean, or maybe I'm imagining things, but I'm pretty sure they get bigger.
I don't think they get bigger.
I think they get bigger.
Or at least I've never noticed it.
I just messed up on that easy jump.
Well, you might not notice it because, like, the only ones you fight in this run twice are Topper and Spirit, and Spirit's already big. And kind of so is Topper, so... But if you go and fight, like, Harriet in the Sand Kingdom, you can notice a little bit of a difference.
Weird. Yeah, that could have been worse. I'll take that, Seaside.
What is happening?
Oh my god, this camera angle's horrible. I'm gonna actually take time to fix this camera angle. Sometimes the camera just wants to say nope in Odyssey. Alright, so I'm moving on to Luncheon 2. I actually use a different Luncheon route than Sludgy. He uses, because I do the bubble room and he doesn't anymore.
I did up until today.
Oh, you just changed today.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Instead of doing the hidden, like the hat room with the fireball capture, I use the one with the forks. Because that's apparently what all the fast boys are doing now.
Wait,
As
the
boy.
forks are faster now?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I've been doing the forks, but I don't like the...
I guess you guys only get to see the bubble room
Guys,
once.
really, I'm just a god at this game. It's just no one knows it, and I can't prove it. Trust me. Is this gonna go? It's gonna be cool. It's so much easier to commentate with other people. Like, it was so awkward when I did Splatoon 2.
Same, I was using ideas for when I was doing the review. Okay, well I'm messing up on this easy thing. Alright, I messed up a lot on that first, that jump in one jump. Yeah, that jump.
Ah, dang. I screwed up
I
the...
mean, for my
hot
run
tech.
review, you guys just how bad I was doing.
I tried to like explain each level and stuff, but it's the card.
Yeah, this game is more to talk about because it's a 3D Mario and there's always stuff to talk about.
And it's new.
True, that's it. So not many people know too much tech if they're not really looking to run. I just beat Gushie with Gusherson
Oh, boy.
in lunch. You do snow first or second?
I do snow for a second, so...
Okay, so you're...
I've already done
Yeah, I
Seaside.
guess I'm the only one who did Seaside second then. Also, those cheese blocks that Sludgy was hitting with the hammer bro, those can be kind of wonky sometimes.
Oh yeah, I think it's the hammer bro.
Yeah, it's the hammer, bro. I don't
Yeah,
want to
it's not
say...
bad.
I don't want to say it's RNG, because I don't know for sure, but it might be RNG.
I don't think it's RNG, I think it's just depending on where you're standing, and it's really annoying when you mess it up.
Oh, I don't even know what
My
I just...
luncheon will never be like a pure gold until I get that like really flawless.
Alright, I'm choking a little bit here. So this one.
Some catch up time for me.
Alright, well, you know what?
Probably not.
Practiced this earlier, but can't get it. So I'll just go
What are
around.
you trying to get?
I'm not doing that strat.
Trying to get this triple jump up to... I'm trying to get a triple jump over, like, the green mountain. But, I don't know. The game doesn't want to cooperate, I suppose.
Oh, that, right. Oh, whoops, I grabbed the wrong turn up. Grab the gold one, thank you. Yeah, luncheon was also really fun to route. Or has a fun route, is what I mean.
Alright, so after luncheon, you go to the Ruined Kingdom.
Because it has like the best boss in the game, in my opinion.
It's
alright,
it's
I
pretty
like
good
him.
boss. I mean, he's not super fun to fight necessarily, but it's just more the absurdity of him in a Mario game that is so great.
Gets him, you'll see why my my splits for that kingdom is called Dark Souls.
Oh,
People always make the Dark
I
Souls
saw
jokes.
someone else with that. Maybe it was you. Honestly, I don't know.
But Ruined Kingdom is not it's kind of like an auto scroller. You can only beat it so quickly.
That's a bad way to mess up there.
Don't fall in the poison line.
I fell into poison. Now I have to do this part again.
Oh. Shoot.
That only wasted like a few seconds because I hit this checkpoint, thank God. But it's not fun to mess up that.
So Bowser's gonna knock us out of the sky again and break the Odyssey.
Odyssey
Because
machine broke too.
Odyssey machine broke. Because he just doesn't have control over his anger, I guess.
He has to go to anger issue.
Real talk though, Bowser's a good wedding planner. He gets literally the best things for his wedding. I'd say the worst part about it.
Talk about it in the game about how tacky it is to steal all the things for your wedding.
But
Kathy says that.
Yeah, but I mean, he's literally getting all the best things. He's like the dream husband. It's just he's forcing Peach. I would marry Bowser. But I mean, the only problem is he's forcing Peach to marry him, so that's a little bit of a red flag. Hell, I'm gonna get married in that same tuxedo that Bowser wears. That's a good tuxedo.
Yeah, so currently the boss that Sludgy's fighting, there is fast strats to him. If you get hits, you can use the invincibility frames to get on top of him faster. But I personally don't like the invincibility frames around.
I tried to, but I always mess it up, so I just take damage for no reason.
It's usually something I mess up too. Here's the bubble room. The only time you've seen it in this race because I'm doing it and only me.
Invincibility frames in Odyssey last a really long time. Like, you don't really notice it until you fight the dragon, but they last a while.
Yeah. I can't actually tell if it's faster to do bubble room or the room that you did, Sludgy.
Well, I think it used to be faster to do the bubble room, but I've just been seeing the faster times do the other room lately, so I decided to start doing that.
It's also safer to do.
Well, I actually prefer the bubble room because I'm pretty good at it. But
Pretty good at it. That's why I don't change it, because I've gotten so used to doing it, like all my runs do it. So.
I don't know if I've ever fallen off an edge there in a run in the bubble room.
Oh,
I have
used to
once
all the
in my
time, so
PB.
I was like, let's do forts, and forts is good.
Alright, so Bowser's Kingdom is a little bit different than the other kingdoms in terms of requirements to beat it. There is still a certain number of moons you have to get, but that requirement only is available after you beat the bosses there. The Robo Brood is what it's actually called.
Yeah.
So you get... how many moons? I don't even know. I don't remember how many moons you get.
2 extra moons, and then the ones that are required.
Yeah, you have to get the required moons, and then after that, it would show the required moons to leave and go to the last kingdom, but we get those moons before that. Unless you don't.
Dude, there's so many cutscenes in this game.
At least you can skip them.
Skippable, it would be like a 2-hour run.
Honestly, oh my god, imagine if these cutscenes weren't skippable, that'd be terrible. I honestly hate that.
Probably still be shorter than the Galaxy speedrun, though. Dang, I failed it.
Yeah.
It's sad but true. Okay, time for Dark Souls. Just how far behind I am right now. I'm behind like 10 minutes or so. Maybe not 10, maybe 8 or 7. Oh. I think it's 10. It just felt like 10
That's the
minutes.
first time I've done that strat in a run.
In my opinion, I think Luncheon is one of my least favorites of the kingdoms, so I just felt like...
I don't like playing
fine.
Luncheon, but I like what it is. And like, it's a kingdom full of food. That's clever, creative.
There's actually,
Yeah.
like, no
It's
kingdom.
annoying.
There's no kingdoms in this game I actually dislike. I love all of them. So, I mean, I don't like Dark Metro, but
Dark Metro's always been...
but there's Light Metro, so it makes up for it.
Yeah, exactly. I think my favorite kingdom in general would probably be... you see, that's a tough one. I say wood.
A really fun kingdom, just in general, not in any percent, is actually Cap Kingdom. Unfortunately, in any percent, you don't get to see like any of Cap Kingdom, but it's actually really fun in my opinion.
Yeah.
I love doing it in darker side runs. Oh my goodness, Cappy.
When I was bored playing this casually, I would like just go to the top of the tower in Cap Kingdom and then just like dive off of it and like all these craziness. This is like the movement's so fun in this game.
Yeah, it's fun to just mess around with the movement.
Yeah, that's what I do more than like collecting moons. Have you guys all 100%ed this casually yet?
I've gotten the
100% in the first 5 days.
yeah. So that, well, I got 880 moons. I didn't get the 999,
okay.
and then I accidentally deleted my save. So
Oh, really?
so that was fun. So now I have a 503 moon
Like
save.
this.
But yeah, I had 100%ed it by like the Wednesday after the game came out.
Hey guys, I don't really want to interrupt, but I just want to announce that NGR just got 100 followers.
Nice.
Nice. I just
That's already I can't really applaud right now, but yay.
Thank you everyone for following.
Shoutouts to NGR. Appreciate it's definitely been a success so far.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm coming up on the Topper and Harriet refights, which they're somewhat hard, but hopefully I think Topper's pretty hard.
Yeah, it's harder than
I was about to say Harriet's not too bad, but then I screwed up, so never say anything's easy.
Everybody just witnessed me almost die to the Dragon Ball, so I mean...
I was blame the lag.
Alright, now I'm heading to Battle Kingdom, and I think we literally lost a minute to Mecha Brutals because I'm not consistent at Mecha Brutals.
I think for the Robo Brood, I'm gonna take off my headset because I don't usually speedrun with the headset on. I'll probably be able to focus better if I take it off.
Right. We'll talk bad about you while you're here.
All right, you do that. I'll complete it so fast you won't even get a chance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go quiet when I get to Mecha as well.
So Topper's difference is that he just has like a million more hats. And he does the spinning attack, which he actually does do in Cat Kingdom. Oh, nice. I got a good Topper play.
Yeah, if you thought that Topper was hard in Half Kingdom, he's much harder in this one.
Yeah, he's pretty easy.
So I can explain the Robo Brood fight, I guess. So with the Robo Brood, normally you would use a Pokio to climb up the Robo Brood after knocking it over with the bombs it shoots. But what you can actually do, you can get up there either with a Pokio at the beginning or you don't have to. And then when it throws you off, you can actually dive back on and keep doing that for the rest of the fight. And basically just beat the fight without having to climb back up again.
Yeah, so we aim for a 1 cycle, but sometimes we end up, if you fall down, you'll end up being like a 2 or 3 cycle, but it's still faster than beating him normally.
So it's one of the coolest parts of the run, but it's also kind of tricky as well.
I say this is probably like the biggest run killer late into the run, so... Especially for me. I mean, some people have it down pat, like Sledgy has a pretty consistent lane, I don't.
Alright, I'm gonna take off my headset.
Alright. Good luck. Guys,
Alright, now the contour is up. Switch, I'm scared. But yeah, this it's actually very crazy how popular this game became to speedrun. After it's only been out for quite a little bit. Because it already has almost 700 people.
I checked yesterday. 6 months worth. 6 months worth of runs like uploaded. So if you were to watch every run, starting right now.
Wow, I can't believe I just failed like that. That's pretty embarrassing. That's like the easiest recovery. Alright, well, I'm putting my headset back on. That's, I'm a little bit disappointed in myself. I screwed up the easiest recovery. Which,
is it the third one?
yeah. Or the one...
Yeah, I just watched it now.
Yeah, that's the easiest one to do. So that's kind of embarrassing.
My least favorite one, in my opinion.
Well, it's... Oh, crap. Come on, Pokio. Okay, this is... just... Alright. Well...
Alright, now I'm coming up.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to show off my incredible Robo-Brood skills, but, that's
Looks
fine.
like it's up to me to have
Just pretend I made it up on the second to last hit.
Oh wow, I'm messing up Harriet.
Oh my gosh, that was really bad. But it's okay. 'cause
See,
it's-
I think out of all the normal Mecha Brutal, out of all the normal Mecha Brutals, out of all the brutal fights, like the normal ones, I say that Harriet is my least favorite. Just
Yeah.
because sometimes the angle can be off, and it's not necessarily all your fault.
So, after Bowser's Kingdom, you go to the last kingdom in the game, which is the Moon Kingdom.
You can see Moon skip here.
Yeah, so, not surprisingly, Moon Kingdom is on the moon. You go...
Spoilers!
Oh, my bad. So, on the Moon Kingdom, there's a cave you normally go to, and there's like a really big section with... I don't think there's auto-scrollers in there, but it's a really long section with
Like
a...
an auto-scroller.
Yeah, with a couple different captures, and it's just really long, and then at the end you have to fight Madame Brood. But, on like one of the first few days the game was out, someone found a way to skip that. We call that Moon Skip. You go on a Sphinx, and you'll see, you ground pound jump up, and if you wall jump at the right spots, you can make it up to the wedding church or whatever, without having to do the cave.
Yeah, and back in the day when like people just started to speedrun this game, Moon Skip was the choke point, but not anymore. Now it's pretty free.
There's setups. Pretty consistent setups, so
Yeah,
I can usually get it first or second try.
they should get it first because I actually made this the tutorial on speedrun.com for the set.
Oh!
Yeah, there's like a box that you can aim
Yo,
at.
sick. What's up, dude? Thanks.
Was that
You helped a lot.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Glad I
I
could
had
help.
like no idea how to do it, and people are like, dude, just check the guides on speedrun.com, and I'm like, oh, okay.
See,
Yeah,
there's
it
a
was
few.
crazy because like I looked one day and there was no guys. I was like, whatever. I guess I'll make it because I know the setup.
I've seen a couple different guides, so I don't know if yours is the one I used or not.
Because like I made it after you started speedrunning it.
Wow, I just fell off the moon.
Nice.
That was embarrassing.
The chokes are real, dude.
I was RNG manipulating.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, so that you get the one cycle Bowser.
I'm RNG manipulating for 2D skip.
Oh right, 2D skip. Do we want to talk about that?
There's a skip that you can do in the 2D section of the escape sequence that saves like 2 seconds.
Can you do it?
No, because if you
See
lose
Audrey
it,
do it yesterday? Oh my gosh.
if you do it and fail, then you lose like 40 seconds because you die. And it's not super hard.
If you die at all when you're Bowser, you have to redo the entire Bowser segment no matter where you are.
So it's like, it's not that hard. The few times I've done it, I've gotten it, but I usually don't like going for it in runs, just because if I fail, it's kills the run.
I'm gonna be going for Mecha Rules skip and we'll see how this goes.
So the second Bowser fight is pretty similar to the first one. It's just he takes longer to attack, and he shoots fire at you in between your attacks or whatever. but it's mostly the same. And the fire has a laughably small hitbox. Like, you just basically have to be not on the ground, and it won't hit you. I think that's, like, the only requirement, actually. It's...
Like, casually, I got, like, stuck on the fire part. Like, I didn't know how...
Alright, I got one of the cycle skips, but then I fell down on the third face like you did, Sludgy, but, like, something weird happened. I got caught on the face of the robot.
Oh yeah, that can happen. Sometimes I just... Sometimes you can like walk around it, but it's a little finicky. I don't know what I did. My fingers just were like pressing the wrong buttons when when I did that, and nervous on. Yeah, nervous about this world record pace run. It's not like I'm about to pass my PB in like 3 seconds.
Like, world record past 2 minutes.
Yeah, I just passed my PB.
I still do the,
Oh, I ground pound instead of diving. Come on, dude. It's gonna be a 3 cycle.
So one thing you'll see here is I, hit this moon here, which is, like, very slow, but very safe. The moon where you throw your hat on the Bowser fence post.
Oh, you do that, okay.
I do it because I'm lately, and I'm bad at the...
Alright, I'm heading into the escape sequence.
Alright, well, I'm done with Mecha Brutal, so I'm hanging in now. That was a horrible Mecha Brutal, though. One of my worst. I usually get 2 cycles.
Alright, so escape sequence is the last section of the game. There's 3 parts, or 4 parts to it. There's this intro part that I'm doing right now, then there's a 2D section, then there's another section where you break through a bunch of walls, and then the last section, you have to break some pillars.
You know what's sad is that this was a really horrible Battle Kingdom, but this is still gonna hold by like 1 second.
Super Mario Odyssey.
I feel bad my Bowser Kingdom is. Ooh, I'm on 118 pace.
I was really tempted to go for Moonskip for the fans, but
You mean 2D?
It's 2D's.
oh, might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went into the cave. I was too nervous. Yeah, I made
Honestly,
it.
even if you didn't go for Moonskip, you probably would still beat us.
I don't know about that. I haven't played that section since I played this game casually.
Same here.
So
Yo, I want to see someone who's like on world record run for the meme, just go for the cave.
Probably, like, this gonna be like, save or kill the animals, like, cave or no cave.
So in this last pillar section, you can get an early. You can destroy this bottom right pillar early if you do good fireball shots, but it's kind of hard, and I'm pretty sure I screwed it up. I've gotten that like once, yeah, so I had one more hit on it. Shaking the controller allows Bowser to shoot fireballs, which does the same thing as his claw attacks.
Yeah, I'm on 117
Yeah, banger alert.
Alright, so I'll be going through Moonskip in a little bit. New movement also is kind of weird to get used to for your first, like, 1 or 2.
Yeah, because there's low gravity. Alright, so time is when you shoot out of this electrical thing in like 3 seconds. I got 112 flat
Nice.
on my splits.
Getting hit on the... Alright.
Right, so
See what I get.
congrats to Sludgy for winning.
I couldn't say that I didn't see it coming.
I was over 3 minutes behind my PB, so solid.
Dang.
You know what the saddest part is that this actually could PB if I do everything else perfectly.
So while
I
these
think
guys,
the ones that do, so.
while these guys finish up, in the background, I'm going to do some.
Dude, I got on the electrical thing again.
I'm gonna do
Why?
some Flying Wednesday, which is a strat you get to do in Darker Side.
Yeah, why do you call it that? Like, I don't get the joke.
Because it is Wednesday, my dudes.
But, like,
Wednesday, that is.
It's the Wednesday frog. You ever been on Me IRL?
Isn't that a Spider-Man thing?
No, no, no. It was a frog first. The real meme is a frog. And it was also found on a Wednesday, so it works out.
Oh.
So I'll just do that
Now I
in the
know the
background.
lore.
Alright, King Jay's going into the Bowser fight.
I can have a good top.
Or is probably in the Bowser fight.
I'm gonna skip my next split so I don't get nervous. Could be 117 pace.
Yo, I had an actually good topper fight. What's up?
Whoa,
Time
what?
to gold.
That never happens to me. So.
I did topper first. Normally I do Harriet first, but
Oh, you didn't do Harry first? Oh, whoops, dang it, I missed the hat.
normally I do. But I didn't this time. So I was like,
Kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me? What is this? There you go, oh my god.
Mario, what are you doing? Jump here. Thank you.
And, well, that's this video. This happened, I missed the grabbing that hat. That was so dumb.
Game audio's on you. You're the spotlight.
Oh, that's a bad thing. Don't walk past me, guys. What I just did? It's loud. Okay, get started for safety's sake. Aw, you can't even he jumped away again. That was so dumb. I was close enough, but I just didn't move in time. Alright, that was a very rough Bowser fight. Oops, that was my fault. Okay, time for Bowser section. And this, by the way, shoutouts to my splits, because all my splits, the Bowser section is named anime because of the final parts. It just has an anime song.
My split's name, or please get wasted. I think I can change that, because it's pretty
I
easy.
have a split for Moon, and then I have a split for Bowser section.
My main split is space.
In space.
So I know you probably shouldn't be paying attention to my screen, but I'm doing Flying Wednesday. This lets you skip along darker side. That was all.
Oh, you're doing the frog shit? It's like literally just that should be named.
And it saves like a couple minutes too. It's pretty funny.
I know, and you don't have to do like a
It
really
saves a
hard
lot,
stage.
yeah.
It's
Do
a
you think
perfect.
it'll
Oh,
get
you're doing
patched
the...
No, I
You're not
doubt
doing
they're
the
gonna
frog
patch
off.
these things. I had it.
patched topic too? 'Cause it
No.
really ruins their leaderboards.
I don't know. I kind of feel like they're not gonna patch glitches.
Me too, but
Hope they don't, because then all the leaderboards gonna come off to lead, so...
I'm just gonna keep.
or they probably like refresh the leaderboards or something.
I'm just gonna keep
Anime boys.
swimming.
Hey, I think we're on 117 pace barely. We'll see how this goes.
I'm gonna swim out into the infinite horizon.
Alright, I have 4 minutes to do. I'm gonna go for the skip.
Let's do me a favor and don't get trolled by the hole. Because a lot of people have highlights of them being trolled by this hole coming up.
Oh, on the second pillar that you break.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here, this hole. Yeah, that's the hole. Our God and Savior. Just get me slightly off TV. I'm actually mad at myself.
I missed the first jump.
Alright, my time's coming up. This is a 117. And time. 117.55 was my time. That's 3 seconds off of PB.
Nice.
That was actually, for a marathon run, better than I expected.
Hey, consistency.
Yeah. Well, I think what I'm gonna do after this run then is actually do more Odyssey runs because this just shows
Me too.
I can PB. And I have a new summer best now because I golded Bowser Kingdom by like 20 seconds.
So if you are to direct your attention at my screen again, you will notice things disappearing in the distance as I swim even further out into the abyss.
So while Sludgy's doing Darker Side, what I'm gonna do
I'd
is
just
I'm
like
gonna...
to say, out of all three of us, I'm the only one that actually got Robo-Brood Skip, and I've never gotten it before. Don't mess it up now. Oh my gosh, I actually did it, guys.
You did full Mecha Brutal Skip, nice.
Yeah.
And you have the one with the worst PB.
The one with the worst.
He's
And
got
I'm gonna
it.
gold this by like 2 minutes now. Oh
Nice,
my
you're on
gosh.
PB phase. Go for it, dude.
Let's zoom into Topper. Hey, Topper. Do you guys also do that? Or is that just me, who, in the fireworks, you zoom into a specific Brutal?
Yeah, I sometimes do that. I like that you can control the camera.
Yeah.
in those cutscenes.
Wow, Video Game Master in the chat, hoping that I wouldn't bop him because his PB is like 2 seconds better than mine, so...
I'm gonna fall down into the abyss. Down goes Froggy Boy.
Into the mutant abyss?
Oh, I died. Okay. If you swim out far enough, you can make it so you don't die when you start falling, and then if you pause, Mario just gets all glitched.
Alright, we can skip these credits, we don't need to watch this. I'm gonna go show off the Mushroom Kingdom. While Cool Nick finishes up.
Yep.
See how many moons I can get in
Boom.
the time by you finish
That
up.
was a gold by a minute 15.
Dang, man, nice.
Thanks.
I've actually never gotten perfect Brutal Skip.
Neither have I, until just right now.
Best I've gotten is 2 cycle. And 3 cycle, which is pretty average for me, so. So yeah, once you beat the game, you unlock Mushroom Kingdom, which is a big throwback to Super Mario 64.
Does the music
just gonna
change
go,
when you go to the moon?
Yeah, you unlock more moons in the moon.
No, I mean like, I said the music, because it sounded like some like epic, intense music. I don't think I've ever heard before.
I don't think so.
No,
Just
then I-
photographing.
Let's put some 100 coins.
Okay, let's not. I have a minute 20 seconds of time save in Moon Kingdom because I choked
Are you
Moon
serious?
Skip.
Hey,
Yes, it should have been sub 130 my last run, but choked
look
Moon
at
Skip.
Peach. Ow. Let's go possess Yoshi. That sounds really bad, but that's what I want to do. Let's go possess people. Alright. Yeah, world, here I come. I'm Yoshi. I'm gonna eat this sheep. Oh my
You almost said it.
That's something I didn't know. If you use your tongue as Yoshi, it actually sends the sheep flying for some reason. I just tongue punch him.
Hitting the sheep with anything, I think, sends him flying.
Yeah, I just tongue punched the sheep.
What the heck? Moon Skip,
Which boss fight
please
is-
not now.
Which boss fight is this one again? I keep forgetting. Oh, I guess we're doing the boss that we didn't even show off. Let's go.
Is it Seaside's boss? Because that's a fun one.
Oh, it's the one in Luncheon.
That one's not horrible.
This one's pretty cool though. I think this is one of my favorite bosses in the game. Just it's so cool. You have to like jump up. It's the stuff it's
I
spewing
choked
out
Moon
its face.
Skip a little, but not as much in my PB. And now if I don't choke the Bowser,
Try it,
then
even
it's-
it. How many times did it take to get it?
3?
3 dang.
Which, like,
I
not
got
good,
first try
not bad.
moons. I got first try moon skip.
I got Bound Bull early. That's like the third time I've ever done that. Wait, what the heck is that?
Gosh dang it. I always miss that jump skip.
I wish I could buy it. I wish I could buy it on the tape.
Oh, whoops, I got hit there. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm gonna load a different file and I'm gonna do some stuff. Hey, let's start from the very beginning with 5 moons in Sand Kingdom. And he's almost done anyways, I'm just gonna do some other stuff. What else can I show in this game?
When you guys
Let me
should
get-
show off the time stop glitch.
I don't know how to do that
Oh,
one.
I can do it. I need to load up a different file though. I need to go to Metro Kingdom. So I'm gonna show you guys how to get 9,999 jump ropes.
I'll see if I can do the thing you do. If trying to do Bound Bull clip, you can like move past the loading zone and just slide down, slide for all eternity. Dang, I'm actually getting this pretty consistently.
Yeah, and I'll be doing this. I'm gonna do this as the Mario 64 skin because it just looks good in this game.
I'm now sliding down forever.
Nice.
I love how the Mario 64 skin, it also like turns your face.
Oh yeah. Where's my phone?
No, I jumped too high. I almost got the skip where Bowser doesn't do his jumps. I need to practice that. I used to be.
Oh, Bowser doesn't do his jump. Oh, you don't do that? Oh.
I used to, but I always.
I messed it up. I messed it up twice on the final Bowser, and that wastes a lot of time. So that I was definitely on PB pace. If I didn't do that, that would have been PB pace. I mean, maybe it's for the best I didn't PB in this run because either way, my gameplay went out, so
yeah.
I couldn't really send this into the leaderboards.
I mean,
Well, you
Sludgy
could-
was here, so.
If
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
true.
we don't require a video if it's not top 50.
Top
I
50,
thought that
yeah,
changed
sub-
to sub 120. Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Maybe it was sub 120 then changed to top 50. Wow,
I think-
Sludgy's a bad mod, demote. Just kidding.
Okay, so you're trying to talk to right like 1 frame before the cat hits him. It's really hard to do.
Alright, making the escape sequence. You
Should
gonna
be
go
good.
2D skip?
Oh shoot. No. 2D skip?
I dare you.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm on PB pace.
Alright, so what you want to do now? And if I did it right, oh, I missed it. Okay, so I didn't. That was a frame too late. It's pretty hard to do.
Shoot. I'm like not doing. I'm not thinking. I'm just talking. So.
That should be good.
2D skip. That's what it is actually. You just don't break that fall. Okay.
Dang it. Okay, so I got it, but I got the talk to glitch, but I didn't freeze in midair, so that. That's the talk to glitch. I'm gonna see if I can get the glitch with the where you actually are just frozen and you're getting maximum stuff. But I did it correctly. I just need to actually ground pound and then he'll just stay in the air and you'll get maximum the max that you can get for the mini game. But in order to get 99999, you need to actually leave your Switch on for like I think it's 16 hours.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
So I go right here, which is probably different than both of them because I don't know why I go right, but I do.
That's definitely good. Okay, so now I'm going to position myself and ground pound. Dang it! I was so close. Again, I got the glitch. I just haven't gotten it in the right place. Ah! That's what you got at 112 flat. What was
Alright,
your goal
time's
for
coming
this
up for
run?
me in a few seconds here once I shoot out of the electricity. sub 130, boys. Ooh, low 128.
Dang it, Ugh. I'm gonna get it before we go off.
Alright, time. Thanks, Pokey. 128.17.
Nice. That's an SPB for you.
Yep, 2.5 minutes. Dang.
GG. To both, to all three of us.
Yep, good job, guys.
Great.
Alright. That was fun.
Yep. And I got the Robo Brood skip. Right, so good job.
So do we close out? Are there any more runs?
No, this is it.
Or
So,
There's no more runs after this.
I don't
This
know
is the last one.
Chef.
Best for last.
That's what I said. I don't know if Chef is going to say anything, hop in here or not, but
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having me twice in the marathon.
same.
Hope you all have a wonderful day.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go with this frozen camera. Party room.
Thank you, Sludgy Gamer, King Joe, Cool Nick for that amazing Odyssey race. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the conclusion for our runs for today and the marathon. On behalf of everyone at Next Gen Runners, we would like to take this time to thank each and every one of you, the runners, supporters, crew, viewers, who have all done their part in making this possible. If you are in a different time zone, make sure that you check us out at our Twitter page for twitter.com/NGR_marathon, and look forward for some future posts of all the events coming up. To close things out, we have one final thing to do. We are going to be rating another runner, so show them some love, and thank you all for the support.